Hey everybody, MMA TORONTO.ca here. This is my UFC 124 predictions. I'm happy to say I'll be leaving tomorrow morning for Montreal to go see this event. Very happy and excited for the festivities. The card, you know, it depends how you look at it. I'm not going to cast judgment until after the event, man. There's some good matchups. Not that many big names, but, you know, let's wait to see what happens. I usually touch on just main card fights, but there's a couple undercard fights I'd also like to talk about because there are Canadians involved in it that are also making their UFC debut. So very excited about that. Okay, let's talk about Sean Pearson versus Matt Riddle. Sean Pearson's from Toronto. He's got really good jiu-jitsu. He's making his debut. I think he's had about 4 or 5 weeks notice for this fight. That's not too good, man. He might have some octagon jitters, hometown crowd. Matt Riddle, he's not incompetent on the ground. He's not really a jiu-jitsu ace. He's known as a brawler, a banger. Kid's crazy. Sorry, Sean, but I see Matt Riddle taking this one. Either decision or maybe third round TKO. I'm leaning a little more to decision. Sorry. Okay, Joe Dirksen versus Dan Miller. These guys both good jiu-jitsu. Dirksen pretty well rounded. And both Miller brothers are actually fighting on this card. It's interesting. Dan Miller, I'm pretty sure his last fight was against Damian Maia, where he got outstruck and obviously outgrappled by Maia, who's, you know, jiu-jitsu ace, my favorite fighter in the world. I'm going with Joe Dirksen. He's been on a really good roll the last 18 months or so. I really think Dirksen will probably take a decision out of this. All right, then we got a fight I'm really excited for. Jesse Bongfeld versus Rafael Nadal. No, not the tennis player, the fighter. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Many of you who don't know Jesse Bongfeld, man, you don't know what you're missing. This guy has had, I believe, 24, 25 professional fights. I think 1 or 2 has gone to decision. This guy is a finisher, whether it's submission, strikes. He throws a variety of strikes. He's really good. Submission defense, reversals, everything. He is long overdue, man. This guy should have been in the UFC like 2 years ago, I think. So obviously I'm going with Jesse Bongfeld on this fight. I think that he will finish Nadal. 2nd or 3rd round, knockout, TKO. So I'm really excited for that fight. All right, then we got a card. Oh yeah, by the way, let me touch on something. I was reading something today and I posted on the site that UFC.com is going to stream Bocek versus Hazlett and Dirksen versus Dan Miller for free at 9 o'clock because they couldn't get a Spike TV deal. I think there's an issue with Spike coming to Canada to do that broadcast. I don't think they're able to do that. So UFC's stepping up and making up for it that way. So as I said, let's go to Bocek and Hazlett. Both these guys, phenomenal jiu-jitsu, really good jiu-jitsu. A lot of people know Hazlett from his amazing armbar he pulled off on Josh Berkman and was awarded his black belt right after the fight. That's going to go down as one of the greatest submissions in UFC or MMA history. What it's going to come down to is the striking because their jiu-jitsu is so good it'll probably negate each other. Hazlett's not really good at taking punches. Bocek, man, he's very confident of late with his striking. He'll come in the pocket and he'll strike with you. I think Bocek's going to take this one probably by decision. Bocek isn't really known too much as a finisher striking wise, so I think he's going to just probably 30-27 this one and take it. So I'm going with Mark Bocek. All right, let's look at Mac Danzig and Joe Stevenson. Both these guys could probably be pretty close to being cut, especially with the merger with the WEC now. You know, these lightweight guys, they're fighting for their lives. I mean, both Ultimate Fighter winners, but you know what? It doesn't really matter anymore. Man. I like Joe Daddy Stevenson in this one. Danzig's good, but I think Stevenson's going to pull this one out. Probably decision. I'm going to pick decision for that one. Then we got Sean McCorkle and Stefan Struve, which is, I think on paper, supposed to be the co-main event for this event, which, yeah. Anyhow, you know what? McCorkle doesn't look too comfortable on his feet. I don't know if he's going to be able to handle Stefan Struve's reach, his length. they're both tall guys. Struve's like 6'11", McCorkle's like 6'7", so they're both really, really tall, really lengthy. I just think Stefan Struve has more tools. He has more UFC experience. He's young and hungry, man. I think, you know, if he can pack on a little more weight maybe onto his frame, you know, he's going to be a lot better. But with that being said, I think he's going to outstrike McCorkle and probably finish him. McCorkle's jiu-jitsu is good. Struve is good too, so I don't think there's going to really be a finish on the ground. I think Struve will be too much for McCorkle striking-wise and probably pull out a TKO in that one. All right, now we got, which I think will probably be fight of the night, if not the Bongfeld one, Thiago Alves and John Howard. Man, both these guys like to bang. They're aggressive. They like to go out. They try to finish fights constantly. So this will be interesting. Thiago Alves has recently, or not too long ago, brought on Mike Dolce to watch over his dieting and his nutrition, because in the past he's kind of had a hard time making 170. He's a big 170, but he's a small 185er. And hey, Mike Dolce, man, that guy knows his shit. He's done a lot. He really helped Quentin Rampage drop a shitload of weight to make weight for his UFC fight versus Rashad Evans after coming back from that movie filming. Anyway, I think Thiago Alves is going to take this. He's going to use his Muay Thai. His leg kicks are some of the most deadly in the game. Everyone knows that. So I think Thiago Alves probably TKO, KO. Picking a lot of those for this event. Hopefully it really comes through, you know, because I'm there. And then we got GSP versus Koscheck. This is their second fight. The first fight, Koscheck was so arrogant with his wrestling, he thought there was no way GSP would be able to take him down, do any of this. And, well, the whole world seen that was quite a bit different than what he thought. This, however, is a 5-round fight, not a 3-round fight like their first one was. And Koscheck's going to know that GSP can take him to the ground now. So he won't neglect his wrestling during training preparations for this fight. I think he's going to focus all around on his skills. But striking-wise, Koscheck only has a right hand. That's his only hope. GSP's got his karate kicks, his Superman punches, his elbows, his just different combos. He's really good at mixing up the kicking and punching, setting up takedowns. So I do think GSP's going to win this fight. It's going to be quite a bit harder than the first time. I'm hoping GSP gets a finish. I really, really hope he gets a finish. But, man, I don't know. I'm going to pick GSP decision. Yeah, I got to pick some more decisions on this card. So I think GSP, Koscheck's going to be a decision in GSP's favor. If not, as soon as the fight's over, I'm getting the heck out of that place because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a riot. So thank God my hotel's not too far from the Bell Center. So anyhow, yeah, that is my UFC 124 predictions, and as you all know, UFC 131 Toronto Rogers Center. So far, the rumors are GSP, if healthy, and still the champ. Even if not the champ, he'll probably be on the card if he's healthy, and he could potentially face Jake Shields for the title. Another rumor is Cain Velasquez versus Dos Santos, Cain's first title defense. And a while back, Vanderlei Silva said he wanted to fight Chris Lieben here in Toronto. But Lieben has an upcoming fight, I think at 125. Oh man, can't think of who he's fighting right now. Not can't, well, whatever. Anyhow, so let's see, and yeah man, April 30th, Rogers Center, UFC 131. Can't wait. Anyway, thanks for watching, and you know, feel free to make a comment, agree, disagree, say whatever the hell you want, man. It's a free world, all right? Take care.